Hi, I'm Jeff.
And I'm Mary.
And we are the Old Trippers.
Join us as we travel the highways, byways, and back roads of this great nation, searching out the iconic scenes, landmarks, and hidden treasures that this land has to offer. Between Rame and Monmouth, North Dakota, just north of U.S. Highway 12, lies the very historic site of Ft.Dilts. Ft.Dilts is known as the only documented case of wagons being circled for defense from Indian attacks. On July 15th of 1864, Captain James Fisk led 97 wagons out of Fort Ridgely, Minnesota, with a small escort of convalescing soldiers. Unfortunately for Captain Fisk, U.S. Army General Alfred Sully had recently conducted a successful raid against the Hunkpapa Sioux, led by Chief Sitting Bull. Sitting Bull was looking for retaliation. On September the 6th, the wagon train came under attack by Sitting Bull, who continued to harass them along the way. 2 days later, Captain Fisk found a suitable spot to defend. The pioneers circled the wagons and began to build a sod perimeter around the wagons. They named their stronghold Ft.Dilts in honor of Corporal Jefferson Dilts, one of the soldiers that had been killed. The gravel road leading to Ft.Dilts from Highway 12 took Mary and I across 5 miles of farmlands. The Great Plains are often referred to as the breadbasket of America, and it's easy to see why. As we traveled up the road, we came across a farm crew out harvesting the season's crops. You might hear me mentioning on the video that they're combining wheat. As I got a better look at the field, I realized that it wasn't wheat at all, but soybeans.
Combining wheat.
Coming up ahead of us here, you can see the ridge line where Captain Fisk chose to set up a defense against the wagon train's attackers. I was impressed by how well the site of Ft.Dilts was preserved, maintained, and documented. The grounds were well kept, and there were several signboards to explain what had happened here. I think I'd mentioned before that the members of the wagon train had begun constructing a sod wall around the wagons as soon as they had arrived. Eventually, this wall became 6.5 feet tall. You can see here a really good representation that was drawn by a young man that was part of the wagon train that showed what this fortification looked like once they had finished with it. Also here at Ft.Dilts are the graves of the soldiers who were killed during the battles that ensued, including that of Corporal Jefferson Dilts himself. The soldiers and pioneers of the wagon train managed to hold off the Sioux for 16 days until help came. On September the 20th, a rescue party of over 800 soldiers arrived, and Sitting Bull and his warriors retreated. An archaeological study of Ft.Dilts was conducted in the 1970s. The site was found to be completely untouched. Today there are only faint remnants of the sidewall and entrenchments that allowed the members of the wagon train to hold off their attackers for so long. Ft.Dilts, North Dakota, just one of our nation's many hidden historical treasures. Thanks for watching.